Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today I'm going to talk about Aaron Mate versus Jimmy Dore on the lesser of two evils argument. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is in the description box. Click the link, read the story, check out the other donations. Make a donation yourself. None of the money goes to us. It goes to charity, helping out one of our subscribers and his wife with medical bills. So please, if you want to donate, go to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is in the description box. All right. So, yeah. Oh, just Aaron Mate's face. Like, I don't know. Dude looks very cerebral at all times. It's just like a slight smirk is hilarious to me. All right, actually, before I play this clip, I just want to play this thing I saw on Twitter, which was funny to me. I'm like, is this dude acting? Like, I don't know. I don't know this person. I never heard of them. It's just funny when they start. It just looks like a Philip DeFranco type of thing. I'm just gonna play it.
You didn't get one policy. That's what Bernie Sanders did with his leverage. And then on top of it, he told you to go endorse this rapist war criminal. That's what happened today. So don't come around and tell me that, you're being mean to Bernie. Shut the fuck up, man. You know what's mean? Letting people die because they don't have health care. You know what's mean? Bombing my fucking country. What the fuck did Syria do to you, you fucking asshole? You know what's mean? Locking up blacks and Latinos. Not giving people a fucking living wage. That's what's mean, you motherfucker. So if you're okay with...
I can't do any of that. So, props to him. Fucker. I can't do shit like that. It's not in my bones, man. I can't, I can be like mocking and shit and do little acting things here and there, but I can't do that. And I thought that was just something to play in like contrast to like a guy like Jimmy Dore. It seems like this is what he acts like. If there was no camera on, this is what he'd be doing. Like that type of shit. Once again, no offense to that guy. I don't know him. Probably means well. It's just, you don't got to put on a show for people, man. Be yourself, man. Be yourself. Unless that's genuinely how he, curses and shit. Anyways. All right, so here's Jimmy Dore and Aaron Mate. Lesser of two evils argument. Here we go.
2008, you can go back to 2012. Let's go all the way back to 1992. George Bush the first is running against Bill Clinton. Who was the lesser of two evil in that election, Aaron?
George Bush or Bill Clinton? Oh, it's Clinton.
Right off the bat, Aaron Mate says Bill Clinton versus George H.W. Bush. George Sr. says Bill Clinton is the lesser of two evils. And I say wrong. Jimmy Dore disagrees with him as well. Here's what Jimmy says.
George Bush is actually the lesser of two evil. And why is that? Well,
also wrong. It's kind of easy to say, like, oh, they both suck. Now, I understand that the lesser of two evils thing it's not like a real term. It's more of saying, like, oh, we're better off with this. And they both suck, but we're better off with this. And I say, if it sucks, you are not better off, period. I try to talk about, like, the ecology, or did I say that right? Yeah, ecology of human behavior and how, I bring up the Martin Luther King quote of one injustice here is a threat to justice everywhere. It's like I really, put some weight behind that to like someone doing something shitty over here, even though I don't witness it, I don't see it, I don't hear about the story at all, is having an effect on my life, both, I'd say, internally and externally. So there is no less. If it's evil, it has to be done away with. Period. Now, if you're talking about well-meaning person here and well-meaning person here, and let's say this well-meaning person wins the election, and they do stuff and they're like, oh, I fucked up. Like they do something where they actually they screw up, they make a mistake, and then someone gets hurt. You see how it's a completely different effect than I'm purposely making the world a worse place. That's why I look at it that way. That wouldn't be a lesser of two evils argument. That'd be which one has the better understanding of how to make things better? Right? They're both trying to make things better, but which one has the better understanding of it? And I don't see that when I look at Bill Clinton and George H.W. Bush, or any president, if you ask me. Some are so old I don't get to get a good wisp of them, a good smell of what these people are like. But the modern ones, ha, 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 ha. But let's continue, and Jimmy will explain why George Bush is the lesser of two evils. Jesus Christ, to even say that.
Because George Bush could not get horrible things done because there was a Democratic Congress. For instance, NAFTA. He couldn't get that done because the Democrats couldn't go against their union base. But when Bill Clinton came in, the neoliberal, who started the Democratic Leadership Council, put Koch brothers on the executive board of it, he decided that the Democrats were too far to the left. They needed to become more like Republicans. So he won and immediately did stuff that George Bush could never do, which was pass NAFTA. George Bush tried to pass NAFTA, couldn't get it done. Bill Clinton gave the Blue Dog Democrats cover to go screw unions for a generation. And that's why he was the greater evil than George W. Bush. Do you think George W. Bush would have been allowed to explode our prison population at the same time he was ending welfare, at the same time he was deregulating Wall Street and getting a private deal to privatize Social Security? He would not have been, because the left would have organized. Hang on, let me finish my point. Because the left would have organized against him, just like the left would have organized against John McCain, had John McCain kicked 5 million people out of their houses during an economic depression. But since it was
Okay, so if I'm getting this right, I believe his argument is that the population will behave differently because of whoever is president, because a Republican's president. The Democratic base, meaning the actual people, I don't think he means the politicians so much, but he means the actual people will be like, we need to stand against it. Need to stand against a Republican doing this. And it's like, that's a weak fucking argument. That's a super weak argument. That means these guys in suits that get on stages and tell you they want to run for president, they're not your problem then, Jimmy. Who is your problem? Wouldn't that be the populists? Wouldn't it be like they would be the problem if they fall asleep for a Democrat and, in all hoorah during when a Republican's there? Isn't that a problem? Now, it's interesting. Like, I watch Jimmy's Dore live streams. They're fucking entertaining and they're interesting and stuff. And I like Jimmy Dore and Steph and Ron Bacone and Graham Elwood. They're all, like, cool to me. And Aaron Mate as well. Like, I like listening to these guys. But if you notice, the comment section or comments he gets, it's like he doesn't even realize what's going on in his own world, man. His own viewers. Right? A lot of Trump people there. A lot of, screw the Democrats. Those guys. It's like, so you have access to these people who are actually the ones creating the problem that you're, like, the way you're diagnosing it as it's a populist problem, as in when corruption goes by with the Republicans, they stand up and say something. When corruption goes by with the Democrats, people get quiet. It's like, oh, that's a problem with the people then. There they are right there for you. Right? You don't have to wait for an interview with Rachel Maddow or an interview with Bernie Sanders or an interview with any of these candidates or, political pundits or anything. You got the people that you're claiming are making the most effect right there with you. And yet they just skate by like no problem. Me and James talk about this in regards to Tim Pool. Because it's like, we look at all these guys on YouTube with hundreds of thousands of subscribers and shit. And it's like, dude, there's a dude right in your backyard. Here's this guy, Tim Pool, on your platform. Or on the YouTube platform, who actually been on his show. Been on these people's shows and shit like that. And he's just milking money, saying nonsense you know, pro-Trump leaning type bullshit, pro-conservative. But I'm a moderate. I'm moderate Democrat. But Trump's not so bad. They're just doing Orange Man bad. I don't like him because he's boorish. He says mean stuff sometimes. It's like, whoa. You know about the policy that's been going on with this guy? Look at the economy. And it's like, you guys aren't like we see you screaming at Rachel Maddow, but you don't see this guy right here, who's raking in more viewers than you, on average. I would say. He's probably like on par with Jimmy Dore. Jimmy might be a little bit higher than him, but some of these other guys, like Kyle Kalinske, I think Tim Pool has more viewers on average than he does. He's gonna pull in 100-something thousand people per video, and he does 5 videos a day. It's like right in your bet, like right there. I don't know, but yeah, it just sounds like a problem with the populist and the politician. We need to get the right guy that will trick the populace into reacting the right way. It's like, what? Let's play more. I could be getting this wrong, but here we go. Let's play more.
With Barack Obama and Bill Clinton doing these things, the left went to sleep, which is why you got Donald Trump in the first place, and you're prescribing to do the very thing that gives us another Donald Trump, which is why that's already been tried for 40 years, Aaron, and it's failed. I'm older than you, so I've lived this longer, and that's a
Age means nothing.
failed ideology that takes absolutely no thought. It's not original thinking, it's not intelligent, it's a failed strategy that we already have the evidence for.
I agree with that. I agree that's a failed strategy to vote on the, I guess, perceptual lesser of the evils. I definitely call it failed, but failed is a certain term that is applied to, like, you have an actual goal here, and since you have this actual goal, this would be considered a failure. This thing over here would be considered a fail or a failure. So it's like, what's your goal? Well, we want the world to, right? Progressive. We want the world to progress forward towards something better, more positive, more good, more good. It's like, but then you're telling me, it's like, no, we can't vote for Biden because we need the populace to wake up by having a Donald Trump so that they stand against the Donald Trump. And it's like, yeah. It's like, what? What would happen if the populace was just like, yeah, we all may not have the same understanding of morality or anything. We might not say, what can we agree on is something bad? What is something bad we all agree on? I'm sure like something like stealing or murder or lying or things like that would be considered bad. Or like overly greedy or something like that. I think a good amount of the populace would be like, yeah, that's bad. And even the bad guys might say it's bad, right? Because they were like, yeah, I'll do this, but I'll hide it from them. So if it was good, if you thought it was like a good thing, why would you be hiding it? But yeah, forgive my Stefan Molyneux argument. But yeah, so, okay, what do we agree is bad? Okay, do these guys do that? Has George Bush or Bill Clinton killed? Have they stolen? Have they lied? How about the people around them? Have they done this? Are they complicit? I'm pretty sure you can get enough people to rally around the idea, like, okay, no more, like, if you're the head of the thing that controls the nuclear codes, maybe we shouldn't have a killer, a murdering, lying, fucking robber. Maybe we shouldn't have that around. I think most people would agree. I think most people don't care for politicians. It's almost like we're almost hitting the point where they know they're just a symbol for something or not actually something for them. It's just like, it's like a symbol for me winning something. I accept it. So there you go. There's my interpretation of Jimmy Dore and Aaron Mate's lesser of two evils thing. I didn't even play Aaron Mate's argument. I'm sorry, Aaron Mate. It's like, Aaron, I would dig into it since he's saying Clinton is the lesser of two evils. Like, maybe you should look into your dad's work. I think that's his dad, right? Gabor Mate. It's like, maybe you should look into his shit. Maybe everyone should be looking into his shit. Like, are these people suffering from something? Like, are these people actually mentally ill? And we consider it normal because it's been normalized. So yeah, they have a nice suit and a big house. They must have did something right. There must be something good right about them. And it's like, psychologically, it looks like a fucking wasteland. It looks like Fallout 4 and shit. Fucking mutated mosquitoes. Fucking McAfee. That's how you say it. Whatever. Fucking keeps popping up. Alright, that's it from me. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment. Agree, disagree. Tell me what you think. This is me just, rambling again. Don't forget to donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link in the description box. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car.